as a town. And that is my call to you. And I thank you so much because you have come today. So thank you so much. I want to end there and to thank all of you for praying for me wakati nilikuwa na hiyo shida ya kutolewa kama naibu wa speaker. Now those many remarks, I want to, before I invite
Deputy Speaker, nimepewa mtoto na nashukuru, lakini sijui kama naweza mweka kwa SHA. Mama wa mtoto tafadhali, ama umepoteza mtoto lakini uko na simu. Kama unajua huyu mtoto tafadhali uje mbele. Mumemwona? Oh, hey, iko shida hapo. Oh, yes. Kama unajua huyu mtoto naomba uje hapa. Asante. Tumempata? Aya, tunamgoja.
So thank you so much. So before, I want to recognize the Office of National Government Administration, Office of the County Commissioner, Office of National Police. If you are here, I want to recognize you and say thank you so much for being here today. So we recognize you and we honor your role today. Now, at this time, I want to take my sole responsibility to invite the Member of Parliament for Kipkelian East, Mheshimiwa Joseph Cherorot, to come and take it over from there. Karibu sana Mheshimiwa. Karibu sana.
Asante sana, Watchman. Our chief guest, CS Murkomen, our Governor, His Excellency Dr. Eric Mutai, the MCAs who are here, being led by our Deputy Speaker, and all protocol observed, the graduates who are here today, who are our guests, our host. Ebu munipatie mkono hivi, ebu munipatie mkono hivi, ebu Bwana asifiwe. Good afternoon, Your Excellency. Let me take this opportunity. There is a former Member of Parliament of Kipkelion, the larger Kipkelion those days, whom we are also competing together. Honorable Magerer is not going to take even more than 2 minutes. And Magerer, I think you will observe time. Najua ulienda shule bwana. Hebu kuja haraka.
Thank you very much, Mheshimiwa, Your Excellency Dr. Eric Mutai, Mheshimiwa CS wetu wa youth, na waheshimiwa wote, waheshimiwa graduates, hamjambo. Mimi tu ni kuwapongeza siku ya leo, na kwa sababu nimepata nafasi kusema jambo, ni kuwahimiza tu, whatever you have learned throughout your time in school, please apply it. Mimi sina mengi, kwa vile mumesikia ndugu yangu Cherorot amesema, nilikuwa mbunge wa Kipkelion ambaye ni kubwa, na yeye anashikilia pande nusu inaitwa East na kuna West. Ya mwisho ni kusema tu kwamba Mheshimiwa Dr. Eric Mutai, governor wetu, tunakupenda. Na unajua sisi ni viongozi ambaye tuna observe how a good leader comes about. I want to say we adore your humility. Hata ile wakati kulikuwa na ile problem, ulijiweka chini na ukakubali na ukasema usamehewe, uendelee kutumikia watu wa Kericho. Tulishukuru sana na mambo ikaendelea namna hiyo. Mheshimiwa MCAs wetu, I want to thank you for being supportive to our governor. If you don't support governor, unajua nyinyi wote mtaenda nyumbani, because hawa wananchi wanapima kazi yenu nyinyi wote. So to be on the safe side, both of you support each other. That is from experience, from my experience point of view. Mheshimiwa Murkomen, you know you are our senior bwana. Karibu sana Kericho. I just want to echo what Tarimbo has said. Unajua sisi pia ni running community. Hii kiwanja tumekalia, leo tunajua kimwegele olagatia ibeliote, kolio ninye, kotorgeembe, kaitie Kipurugu Chuma Stadium. Tunajua ukiamuka tu hivi na hiyo ndege, carpet, ile tatan, itakuwa imeng'ara hapa. And I continue to work with you as one of the members at the anti-doping committee. Na mimi nashukuru sana na nasema karibu any other time to Kericho so that we can continue together. Asanteni sana, na for graduates pongezi na pongezi tena. Asante sana.
Asante sana Magerer. our graduates and the Kericho leadership, I want to take this opportunity to say thank you for the team who are coordinating and also they have organized this wonderful event. There was not going to be an event if we had known these graduates today. But because of their perseverance and what they have gone through colleges, as we also say always that education is an equalizer. I want to say and confess that today here because of what you have done. Congratulations for all the graduates for making to this event and also graduating. Your Excellency, the Governor, it was a good idea. And I want to thank also the leadership of Kericho County because they supported you. I want to say that in our village today, there will be a great, great impact because of those who are graduating. And I want to say that it's good to absorb them into job market. I know we've done several trainings here in this county. There was another training which was done before. But most of those who graduated, those who left those institutions, they kept on tamarking. I want to also encourage that after here, we have our TVET schools, especially those who are coming from Kericho East. I want to say that you are invited to join those TVET, and those who want to go for a job market outside the country. I want to say that I'm ready to give you the passport so that you can be able to go ahead and look for jobs across. As individuals, I want to say that you have been empowered and you have different skills from those others in the village. I want to say that, as I said, education makes an impact, and it is the key and only the powerful tool which we can be able to empower mankind. Education also, it opens and it makes a person to live differently. It makes you socially to be a different person. One time, a friend of mine in Nairobi, a senior person told me, Mwesh, you know one thing what I do? I play golf. Not because I like golf, but because it is a place where I can meet with the rich guys. He does it as a social place where he's going to socialize. And he was telling me, it is good, it is true that he knows how to play golf. But in most cases, when he's playing golf with a rich person, he makes sure that that rich person wins. And when they go to the meeting place, they start now talking together and talk business. So it is one way of convincing that powerful person to give him jobs. So I want to say that it also empowers you socially and economically. I know most of our youth, and I want to make this public, that we've had a lot of youths committing suicide. Through this education, you will relieve your stress. You will empower yourself economically. And I want to say, like what Tarimbo was saying, that in Kericho East, any project that is going to be done, right now we are doing about 40 classes. Those electricals, hiyo kazi ya plumbing, na hiyo yote itaenda kwa wale ambao wamefuzu. Ili tupate, so that this training can have a meaning in life. Our guest, C.S. Murkomen, there is this issue whereby most of our schools were closed the other day by Ministry of Education. We have 26 schools here in Kericho which are going to be closed. Where will those students go? Yesterday in Parliament we debated and we said those schools should be given time to improve if it is about the issue of health and safety and this program that is coming. We cannot just do it just like that. Let us give them time so that they can be able to change and adapt to the new system. So what I want to say is that the country should not congratulations, Your Excellency, and your team. I want to let me make an appeal. That's all more. We are very sure. 2027 coming in everybody's scorecard. Netungete be elegige aine. Konyo ne gavana tungo ngalega kipsengwe tunite tu chagige aye ngonyole. So go tungo yona gavana ole kya ijecho. Kunya MCA ole kya ijecho. Anyo narap cheroro tengi pkeli onisa ole kya ijecho. Kwa mwara yangu ko wektech. Kasari konyolu kitupche nge akeboisie tugul kibagenge. Bila ubaguzi. Anaona kwe. Asikobit kotaa Kericho County. Amache amwa kit agenge. Emet nekakile nekilosho kandoik kekete tuga bet. So matongeyai kounon anauna kwe. So otherwise namwale ngotko magetuye Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all, most of you. But if we are going to meet and interact together, you are most welcome. Thank you so much. May God bless you. Amoy Karsartanguni. Your Excellency, are you the next? Onesmus, Kimo and Matthew ni kwa theologian. Line nga alleges Matthew. Taba so many of nyang allege. Oruagi magere. So wakile is a reconciliator. According to manda ye no bwana CS. Kwanjane ko kikichop line magi twice. Kai urenyonu. No later John. Mimi najua ni kusema na kutenda. Anaune. So otherwise God bless you so much. Your Excellency, the Governor, wewe. Ale gurena rapchi, gurenji roro, lanyane gurena rapchi roro.
Asante sana mheshimiwa.
Gogoi, asante sana. Naomba tafadhali, naomba na najua tumesimama ama tumeketi sana na najua kwa mambo ya health haikubaliwi tusimame tuketi kwa masaa marefu. Naomba kwaya ya Chemosot tafadhali for a few minutes tu. Najua viongozi pia takao wachukue break kidogo just for 2 minutes entertainment, kisha tutamwalika gavana wetu Chemosot. Sabato kwaya mko wapi? Chemosot. Wakati Chemosot wanakuja, naomba mtoto bado wako hapa amesema ajui jina ama amesahau. Ni moja ya hiyo, amesahau ama hajui. Sio? Ama nimemuuliza kwa Kiswahili, kigure ni ngwa baba?
Na mama bado wako na simu lakini mtoto amepotea.
Mtoto amepotea. Chemosot Sabato kwaya tafadhali. Mama alikuwa hata ananipenda. Chemosot, naona tu nikienda naye nyumbani. Mko wapi? Mko tayari? Mnajua mama? Ako wapi? Ako? Oh. Chemosot kwaya Sabato kujeni. Karibu. Chap chap tafadhali. DJ. Chemosot Sabato kwaya. Ulisomea nini wakati tunangoja wimbo? Fashion design. Na wewe?
Somea plumber.
Wewe ni plumber? Kabisa, tumpige makofi. Pongezi sana. Haya, tunangoja wimbo DJ. Chemosot Sabato kwaya. Wamesema DJ amesema amjampatia wimbo. Mimi napenda juu tuko nyumbani, ameniambia hapana, nimepatia yeye. Tuko nyumbani. We DJ umepewa wimbo kweli. Wimbo inasema ni Kegois. Kegoi ni ugurene.
Aisirigele Chemosot Miriam Joa.
Oh, DJ hujaona kweli? DJ stem ule Kegoi CD, Kegoi flash disk na Kegoi kitiok simoit. Ko shida kidogo. Waziri Mika, muite kite. 2 minutes ndio muite kite. DJ umepata ama tutaendelea kisha baadaye tutawalika?
So labda DJ tupatie tu wimbo moja.
Haya, tutawalika. Na ninawahakikishia kuwa tutawalika, si ndio? Sawa. Mimi ni region ba DJ usinye. Asante.
Simame kidogo. Ni hiyo Alright, sawa.
Ndio.
Haya, njoo.
DJ, kuna mtu alilipa wewe. Karibu. Tungeimba hiyo baada ya lunch. Sasa ile energy kidogo ilikuwa imeisha. Mheshimiwa Cherorot, kuja sasa umalize kazi yako. Karibu.
Wakati Mheshimiwa Cherorot anapokuja, namuomba Mercy Chepngeno kutoka Kipsimbol Polytechnic. Mercy Chepngeno kutoka Kipsimbol aweze kuja hapa ili wakati governor atafika aweze kupatiana kila alikuwa anataka kumpea kabla governor hajaongea. So Mercy Chepngeno kutoka Kipsimbol Polytechnic.
Wapi Mercy? Mercy Chepngeno? Bas. Wapi? Are you the one? Bas, without much ado, wacha nichukue fursa hii. Okay, naonekana ako ready. Your Excellency, it's not only I'm inviting you to come and address these people, but there is a present for you. I don't know what is inside here. It is you who is going to tell us. May I invite you to come and be able to be given this present. Your Excellency, karibu.
Bwana asifiwe. Bwana asifiwe. Ni furaha yangu siku ya leo na nanganalen college. Boiboiyenyu ne raini atononin taitab gavana akawekchi kongoi. Ametutoa mbali sana tukiwa youth wa Kericho. Mi logoiyat nekoipchi gavana kimin ketit amame sobe ketit nekimin gavana. So amaye kere logoiyat kwame nemi reu konai kole sobe ketit nekimin en Kipsimbol Polytechnic. Wany tocho chamuan kotiai gavana anan po kwame kityo.
Ojaba gani baksio am logoiyat nemi. Bas.
DJ tafadhali. DJ.
Bas, Your Excellency, I want to give you this opportunity so that you can address this congregation. Karibu.
Hey, Allah. Olia. Akwechu. Oamune. Okaso. Kongo Jehovah. Kongo Jehovah. Jehovah Kongo missing Jehovah yan. Kongo Jehovah Kongo missing Jehovah yan. Kongo Jehovah. Asante Yesu. Asante Yesu. Asante Yesu. Asante sana Bwana Yesu. Asante Yesu. Asante sana Bwana Yesu. Asante. We thank you, Jesus. We thank you, Jesus. We thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, dear Jesus. We thank you, Jesus. Thank you, dear Jesus. We thank you. Asante sana tafadhali tukaketi tafadhali. Well, my good brother. Asante sana. Asante. My brother Wasiri Kipchumba Murkomen, our cabinet secretary in charge of sports, youth affairs, and digital creative economy. Mheshimiwa wetu Jiro Road wa Kipkelion East. MCAs were here, led by our deputy speaker, Watchman, and all the assembly here. The graduates of today, our Department of Education, the CECs and CEOs presence. Bwana asifiwe tena butalamina na hii. You know, I have never believed Wasiri that I can lack what to say. But today I have lacked what to say. We really thank God, and I'll be very brief, because God has seen us through this journey. When we conceived, you said I don't even have a written speech because mine will be very brief. The chief case is Wasiri Kipchumba Murkomen. When we conceived this idea during my campaigns, we sat, at that time I was a senior lecturer in the university. And I was graduating thousands of students every graduation year. When then I had the call for politics, I asked myself, what is this different thing that I can do for the people of Kericho to touch their lives? And when we sat, we came to a reality that after Form 4, only 30% proceed to the university. And there is a huge 70% that remains at home because they have got below a C+. The question I ask myself, that there is this child who got a C, who scored a C-, a D+, an E, and there is this child who also went up to Form 2, for one reason or the other one dropped out of school. There is this orphan who reached class 8, and because there are no parents to take her or him to school, dropped out of class 8. And yet has a huge potential. I said, God, use me as an instrument for your work as the governor, that we may give life and breathe future to them that have lost hope. Because leadership is a calling to change the lives of people. It is out of this that we conceived the idea of equalizer scholarship program. Because we made a decision then that we want to reach out to that young man there who is playing bull in the local village shop. We want to look out to that young girl there who, for one reason or the other one, had a child in Form 2 and dropped out of school and is now condemned to be a slave or plucking tea in the future in the villages, and yet she has a potential, and give her a life back. And we came up with this program of equalizer, a scholarship program, that we skill the labor. We conceptualize that there is a huge demand for carpenters. There is a huge demand for masonries. There is a huge demand for saloonists. There is a huge demand for catering. And there is a huge demand for mechanics and even plumbing. Each day when you are constructing today in your house, you look for plumber and you don't get it within our community here. Personally, I've done constructions, nimefanya jengo. And to get a plumber, you look for a plumber for a decade before you get one. To get a good expert in floor tiling, you look without getting one. And that is why we sat as a team under the leadership of CEC Education, a team of directors and CEOs, and we made a decision that we are going to empower our children, give them the so deserving skills that will enable them to stand on their own and give them the dignity that they deserve. It is where the Equalizer Scholarship Program began. It is the idea that we are here today, that we are going to change the lives of our youth. As we speak today, we made a conscious decision that for a start, we are going to pick 100 youths from every ward. We have 30 wards in Kericho, and we intentionally say we are going to intentionally invite applications from 100 youths from every ward to create a total of 3,000. Cabinet Secretary, I was shocked. Out of the 3,000 we invited applications, we received more than 20,000. And the resources were not adequate. Taribo or somebody, Matthew had said, we were battling with the assembly for them to buy the idea. And Mheshimiwa Matthew was then a vice chairman of education. And I convinced them that this is the way to go. So we had arguments here and there. Finally, they said, let us try. And I want to thank the assembly for accepting this trial. But I was very sure in my mind that we were going to succeed. So once we accepted that, I looked outside and said, with these 3,000, what can I do with them? Because I want all of them to be in class. I knocked the door of KCB. For the first time, our old governor of this country sat at KCB Headquarters Foundation queuing for 2 hours, waiting to see the CEO. When the CEO heard that the governor has been seated here, he said, I've never seen a humble governor like you. That you can sit down for 2 hours waiting to see a CEO. And they took me in, we discussed, and they say, Governor, we will give you support in this program. And out of it, they gave me some good millions that we place in other millions in the county, 40 million, and we have a patch of 68 million that we send it to our FTCs. And I'm happy for the center managers. I am happy for the teachers who use this money very well. And I'm happy also for the graduates who had our call and they came and joined. And I'm proud of you so much. Fortunately, because of time, to my graduates, the 2024 graduates, accept my hearty congratulations. I am proud of you, my sons and daughters. There were doubting Thomases in the villages that this will not be possible. But you took the step and say it is possible. You dared. And you say, though we will be the first one, we will succeed. Against all odds, today you are graduating. And I want to say I'm proud of you. And I'm also proud of your parents and your teachers. And as the father of this county, this is one of the days I'll go and sleep easy. Because we have delivered close to 3,000 youths that will have an impact in their villages, impact in their wards, and in this county and this country. And they will change the latitude of this country. Number five. As we do this, I want to commit to you today, the people of Kericho, that the journey is unstoppable. We have done 3,000. Next year, January, February, together with our partners, ILOG, which is here, and KCB and others, we are targeting 5,000 next year, January. And I want to commit with the help of the assembly here, that when next year comes at a time like this, Cabinet Secretary, we will be graduating 5,000. If we do that, then it means in the next 3 years, we will have turned around the lives of 20,000 youths that we have skilled them in the villages. And you can imagine the massive economy that will be speaking to their parents, their relatives, and even their future generation. It is a conception in my heart that God will help us to walk that journey and wipe the tears of more than 20,000 youths as we walk and move forward until 2027 by God's grace. Asante. Number 6, we have very good vocational training centers. The center managers, our teachers in VTCs. I know we have a little bit of a problem in terms of equipping and in terms of remunerations. I want to commit to you, the VTC trainers, that as the chairman of education in COG, we are working with the schemes of service that will see that we improve your salary and at the same time onboard you on permanent and pensionable terms, just like we have done for the ECD, so that you'll be able to live on this. As I conclude, we are not just graduating you and leaving you to go home. Equalizer has plans. Today as we speak, I have partnered with multinational institutions. And 2 days ago, I was seated with Ken, the head of these plantations. And Ken accepted to take 200 graduates from next week as apprenticeship to work in the tier states, to work in the factories, and to work in other sectors of that particular community. Today, as we speak, I signed an agreement 1 month ago with the National Youth Fund in partnership with the county, among the few counties that have signed an agreement, of 300 million shillings that will see those who are graduating today will assess loans through the National Youth Enterprise. And as a county government will be the guarantor. If you have studied hospitality, bakery and all that, you have a room to incubate your skills through this loan that will be a guarantor to you as the county government, and it will give you 3 months grace period to begin doing your business. We have ILO led by Helen, who is the Africa coordinator of ILOC. She has been training the youth here in their polytechnics on enterprise and business. And you were very intentional in our partnership. And we thank you, ILOC, for accepting to work with Kericho County when I knocked your doors. I know you are going to other counties, but I hijacked you along the way. And we thank you because you came. ILOC has trained them on business skills. You will take advantage of what I have signed to begin your own business. Today, as we are speaking, under the leadership of His Excellency, our President William Ruto, the partnership and the treaties that he has signed with foreign missions and foreign countries to export our labor. Wasiri, I refused the temptation to just export people for exporting sake. There was a lot of pressure that on account zingine wanachukua watu hapa, wanachukua wewe governor unafanya nini? Lakini you know, I'm a legitimate owner of a PAD. And I started and I say, I've been in Vangu in Canada, and I see how our children are suffering. Mimi nikapika hesabu, nikasema I want to export ready material. Niki-export plumber huko, salary yake ni $1 million. Niki-export carpenter huko, salary yake ni kubwa. Because I'm supplying a needed skill, not exporting for exporting sake. Under the leadership of His Excellency the President, we are working, Kericho County is working with the government of Israel, so that by next year, they require 1,000 plumbers, carpenters, and floor tiling to go to Israel. Because of the war in Gaza, the Gazans have left and they need the human labor. Na kwa sababu mimi nimechipanga, tayari nimeongea na ambassador, under the leadership na metumia china ya rais, na under the leadership of the president, we will export in Kericho more than 500 plumbers, electricians, and carpenters to Israel who are going straight there to work. And their visas will be paid and return back after 3 years. They will change their homes and change their lives. Wasiri leo tukiongea, I have had a discussion with KCB. And I have negotiated with KCB even as I conclude. I have negotiated with KCB today that those who need passports, those who have gotten a visa, and I thank His Excellency the President for bringing the passport center to Kericho. Now nisikize mzuri. Huyu muungano wa KCB simama. Leo tumeongea naye kwa office na KCB team. Sasa wewe ukiwa na passport, umepata barua ya employment, we will not allow you to go and sell a cow in the village. KCB, under the partnership with the county, will give you a loan ya kupanda ndege, ufanye kazi huko, uanze kulipa pole pole. Sasa si maneno iko sawa. Sinaona equalizer amechipanga. Na mimi sipatishi. Nikipanga kitu napanga polepole mpaka ingiane. So kwa hivyo, we thank KCB because these youths, I'm encouraging you today. We have a passport center here. My encouragement is that tuchukue passport, tutafute kazi pamoja ukule ngambo. As we do that with what we have got already, hautaenda nyumbani kuomba harambee ama kumwambia mzazi uza shamba. KCB ko hapa na partnership ya county, sisi tunakuwa garanta. Tatu wewe tunakujua, tulikutrain, hautapotea, unapewa loan, unaenda huko, unaanza kulipa polepole kwa pale. Out of this, we are going to build the future of our youths and move our youths forward. Lastly, which is very important, we are partnering with ILOC. From next year, and I'll be talking to Assembly here, to the Assembly of Kericho. From next year, we want to build what we call common user facilities. And I'm happy the multinationals have also put in the idea. In every sub-county, we are going, and this is my last remark, we are going to have a common user facility. This common user facility, we will be equipping it with tailoring machines, fabricating and welding, and we will partner with school principals so that all the schools in Kericho uniform, and we'll partner with the members of parliament so that in Kipkelianis, for example, the secondary schools will be able to source uniform from the common user facility center in every of the sub-county. When the factories requires fabrication tools and all that, they will be sourcing from the common user facility. That means these graduates who are graduating, those that will be of software, those who will be remaining, we will be placing them in the common user facility. And I know that out of it, it will change the lives of these parents and their family. Kwa hivyo, as I conclude, nataka niseme in the agenda of His Excellency the President, when we campaign as Kenya Kwanza government, and we thank the President, he mentioned that we are going for bottom-up. He has demonstrated this through the SHIFT program and the SHARE, which is working effectively in Kericho. He has demonstrated with the affordable housing. Akamocha amagoni. Geteche go reach affordable housing chogo president. Kumo yani engericho kechenga tembi keteche engo muswega lak ageti lago kyo. We are partnering for affordable housing so that as we do the affordable housing, hawa watafanya uchenzi ya floor tiling, electrical engineering, and they'll be the one to supply the raw materials. We are expanding our town as the direction of the president here. Part of the things we'll be doing at Kifoko here is building 1,000 units, 5,000 units. The question is, who are going to build the new town? They are the ones and the youth to build the new town. So sigik, amocha umago ngamukia tela kwa sigik Kericho. Aga so mo kitole karanta elo go chukwage. Karanta Kericho nyon. Kagina mo logo chugo mo wak ale kagibo nganji singobare kage tarngale chura ko ke ngala la kap chai ni no sugo sir logo poko lo ngindro. Aga ke goshine. Kagi goshine kora ko gigagur National Youth Enterprise Fund sigi gochin loan logo chu chibugo na me biashara amungare nywan. Putkago tar chito ngale ka workshop ki gochi tongulo kidogo after 3 months ko go tuno biashara ko nam go wek ko ke goshina kpijotan. Amonon kityo ko ke goshina the direction of president kumo kinga Israel pi kilibu tagenge in Kenya chibugo ngale ka carpentry plumbing agne ko tayari ko goro weta akwai nongi sanana agreements singo mi next year keram the ngiricho logo ngeket pokol muti joy graduate nira ko ba bitani ba Israel ko ba isho shek aktunga wega matingo imi ngitaka tukul sigine miro ko ki goshina KCB kele yiga ko nyor lakwet passport ago nyor barwe ne bagasit ko ena bokora kele nenge baga ko bakyal lambaret asuko lakwet bitanin lakini yiga goshina KCB ko tono jinga unti ko yiga ko nyor passport ago nyor barwe ne bagasit ke tono chini ko gochi KCB loan logo chukwaget ko nam banda ko ndege ko lan bitanina ak tumbesho ya ko ita ko nam ko leban pole ko lebo KCB ne ma ko stay ningenye ne sigindet because ki mochege na mog logo chu age tenera ne kyo bata age jabime Kericho ne gararan. Lastly, I want to appreciate KCB because today after this we are also going to issue out kits, toolkits. When you say toolkits, it means if you're a saloonist, we'll give you kits for saloon. If you are a plumber, we'll give you kits for plumbing and all that. So good get that ko KCB ko robchin ogere tu kemita yona ko gai la ko saloon ki goji dryer ko tuyo Kot ko plumbing ki ko boxing yin na ba ngalega plumbing. Kot ko masonry ko tuyo boxing yin. At the end of the day we are releasing these guys to come and work. So mabanga na equalizer makatep chigomye na ga banga na gelale awa le mondo ngo yu. Ugi ga log stu to sia sanga tunglo. Ki ga log stu to sia sanga ak chobiri ak to sasa kogi na ngombe la ke social media na changu bare golle wo mange du ke chobiri aju chobiri ra kanyiro aju chesa kanyiro aju tonglo shek miro tonglo kogi magamu aga taruno tan la o julu buta eso bogi ata chemi chobiri yo pass magi mas poshet ke bata go no tan but we thank our president so much. Lastly, cabinet secretary, before I invite you, I know you are a man of a good soul. I came to your office during my shuja. You were then the cabinet secretary for transport. And I thank the president because even after that you came back. We didn't spend 30 minutes. And you told me, Governor, you say I do you 20 kilometers of road, let me do you 11 kilometers. If I remember that afternoon. Out of that wasiri, isi malami naona kwa Kericho. Na leo tumekuja na wewe. Nikakuonyesha lami yako. Lams inapitana kwa town Kericho because of you. Na mimi nasema asante sana Kipchumba. Wasiri, when I was going through difficulties the other day, mimi nashukuru watu wa Kericho kwa maombi. Kiawe banda ne wagi bongil. Kogi na mo ga lag mengei lagogi. Kogi ma mo kityo gibruta. Chiri yota kipto. Kyo mo lago chogara chimiro uchu. Aga lag che boitenga. Chimo e pasare. Age richon. Guni koku ante ak pasari atas pasari. Pasari la ko 180 million pasari. Ko go di form check tayari. Moja bonjit pasari enga. Mchaze form sha pasari. So that by January mtoto akienda shule anapatana na pasari. As leaders, our work is to change the lives of our people. If you're not in the agenda of changing the lives of our people, then you don't know why you're elected. You need to revise what you are campaigning for because you were elected for this. I'm saying, Kipchumba, you are a man of a good soul. During my difficult times, you are a true Kalenjin brother. You held my hand at the time of need. I was not even that very close to you. I wasn't that very close to you. I think we had met once or twice. But you said, Governor, mimi nilitoka shida kule Elgeyo Marakwet. And my brother, I don't want to see you crying. Your children are still young. And you say, Governor, you have a future. If today you are impeached, you cannot be employed anywhere. Waja nikumbe, and you'll do what we can. And you came in for me, my brother. Nami nataka niseme asante. Asante. Kongoi nete ntanyang muren. Because agile chi numoki nagego me anage barchi ang ipsigis ko bonindet because bonindet ko bonishe agobo yenyi ko gero lega mechit so ngurwe bonindet langati ko gine ko chi monet boy yeti ko lenen ko mandra obo chero ko bara inunina ko bala kwetam ni ko ngom misugul. That is what keeps showing. Lakini at the end of the day we go be tut kuma migi engoda bonindet me hagine aktabu shakak bananda emulani chito embururi yene momo kinji go sop anachi agetulo ne bago kwen ne mo kinji la kwet go sop ko u chito na bone tuga na mbaino igenge mo na sungu ngani teta gonde chumaru ko ba sungu ngani bogo bare ke teta go runi kuma michigo anga mune nki ngwane tindo ko go bor dino lakini go run ga ke bago nyin kuma michigo chige ge ngo nyinet anga mabirure chuba ewut ne tindo ge ngwan amabirure chuba mugul da netoi amabirure chuba chi ne mo kinji che achen lakini birure chuba chi ne soje jitugul aga mo jo so yuok big up Kericho ala chomo go ngwe sauti kwak kyona mane uta go so ywane ngasaru kigi yuwen ago kyowe kwon ago kwe Jehova asige yaibo ishit elomi ngudane ko kasit kityo kimoche ka halete Kericho kimoche cho mete Kericho kuro sam gondo ik tugul ole liye got ko miliki gichilile ngego le onge nyuchi ngegat onge namke unik nebo bichu kityo ngamun pone ngechurok ago bendi nyone ka dana te dago bendi lakini mogimoje tungori ya bikyok ko ligie gi ngwan kandana ted ni ge ko ne jasarta nyon asame chek tulo ngeten MCS MPs, senator, women rep, or the kigo to ye between boxit on get game. Come president on it, and I want to commit as the leader and the father of this county. The president say ataki ukurufi na kelele mingi kwa county yake Kericho. And I commit to His Excellency the President that as the father of this county, I'll do my best to bring everyone on board so that we can work together as a county and build a better county together, and God shall bless all of us and bless us. Kufika hapo, kendo akane mo tinga leja. Aneke wa kanisa kitole shia. Aongunya wale kicho imye we Jesu, imye we Baba, imye we Jesu. Imye weba kiango lambe kusoro Jesu ako wale kanisa shia mama kalekeja. Kwa hivyo with those few remarks nataka tusimame sisi wote as we welcome our chief guest and my brother cabinet secretary Kipchumba Murkomen. Asante sana wasiri wetu. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much. Asante. Let us sit as we sit down before we sit I also request you of this stadium, and I request you of Cap Cadet Stadium, which is in a very good shape, that you help us, my brother. Asante sana.